Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Make sure you understand the difference in these things. When we talk about lines, sometimes we talk about line segments. We talk about rays, and we talk about lines. And people get things wrong all the time because they get things here. First of all, in order for something to be a line, what does it have to be? What does it have to have? Victoria, it has to have
arrows on each end.
right. A line, ladies and gentlemen, never ends. It goes on forever in both directions. And that's what those arrows signify. Goes forever. It needs to have these arrows on it. Whereas a line segment, has a beginning and an end. Has begin and an end. Now you can have your segment look like that. A lot of times people put little dots at the ends to show that they're ends, but you don't have to. You could put hash marks, whatever. If it doesn't have arrows on it, you just have to assume that it is a segment. And then the other one is, ladies and gentlemen, a combination of both of those where it has both a beginning but no end. Or no beginning and an end, I don't know. This is called a ray. Has a beginning but no end. Has a beginning but no end. And that's all you really need to know about that, is because we are going to, just give you definitions of those and we need to write them down. Now, with that being said, another blank piece of paper here. I'm going to once again hand out to you. If you already have one of these, don't grab another one. But because most people don't bring their little rulers with them, I'm going to give you a little ruler. Enjoy it. Keep it with your 3-ring binder. You got yours? You got yours. Please don't rush needles, bend forward, needle later. You got yours nice. Way to keep up with the time. Again, we will go a little more speedy through this than in past, just because you are 6th graders. Oh, yes, we spare no expense for you 6th graders with all these laminated little rulers here.
That's a lot of money to spend.
And take out a blank piece of paper and let's talk measurement. And as a quick review here, we have 2 different systems of measuring because we are stubborn and not very smart people in our country here. We have the U.S. customary system. Which has what units of measurements? Well, we have the inch, we have the foot, we have the mile, and all those sort of things. And what makes it foolish for us to use these, Frankie?
So you can make them how long, something?
I know, I didn't say why do we use them. I said why is it foolish for us as Americans in the United States of America, yes, the greatest country in the world, why is it foolish for us to continue to use this system, Frankie?
Because everyone else in the world is using the metric.
Number 1 reason, yes. All other industrialized countries in the world use the metric system. Number 2, why do you suppose all the other countries in the world use that system? Georgia. It's 1,000 bazillion times easier. I don't know whoever came up with these things here, but an inch, it doesn't make any sense that there are 12 inches in a foot, or that there's 5,280 feet in a mile, or blah, 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 blah. This is just hard to work with. And in addition to that, it uses fractions. And if you know anything about math, fractions are not your friends, generally. Now, the other system, the metric system, it deals with, I don't know, we got millimeters, and we've got centimeters, and we've got other things in there. But we have meters, and we have kilometers. Those are the big four. There are some other ones in there. And the reason why the metric system is used by the whole world is it is easy. And what makes it easy, ladies and gentlemen, is, anybody tell me what makes it easy? I hope, is there a ruler out here somewhere in this math world? What makes it easy, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody out there. What makes it easy is, ladies and gentlemen, it is simply based on tens. And 10 is the easiest thing in the world. To multiply and divide by tens is just about as easy as it gets. All right? There's 10 millimeters in a centimeter, there's 100 centimeters in a meter, and blah, 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 blah. So let's take a look at our rulers. A couple things we need to absolutely understand here is when you are measuring lines, first of all, on your ruler, to do an inch line, okay, you have to use the bottom of your ruler there. And I believe the worst they're going to give you, I don't think, they just give you 1/4 inches, so you don't have to worry about too much other than that. We'll just pick up one here. So if my line is this long, here's what makes this confusing for one and all. How long is this line in inches? In inches. Andrew?
About 4 inches.
No, we're not rounding.
Uh,
You can use only 1/4 inch marks, which means you can use, these are the inch marks you would use. So it's 3 whole inches, I'll give you that. And what fraction of the next, Andrew?
3 and 3 inches, or 3 and 3/4.
Yeah, it is about 3 3/4 inches. Okay. And what makes it difficult is each one of the little marks on your ruler is what fraction of an inch. How many of these little marks or spaces are between 3 and 4?
3.
All right. Between 3 and 4, how many spaces, Victoria?
10.
No. That would make it too easy if it was 10. It's not 18. How many spaces? Spaces, Zach?
12.
Nope, you're getting closer though. Somebody. Addie?
16.
Yeah, each one of these little spaces is a 16th. So here is 4 inches. This is 4 1/16. This is 4 2/16. But the problem with our system is I can't say 2/16.
You can't.
I can say it, but it's going to be wrong because 2/16 is really the same as 1/8 of an inch. So we have to say that. Here is 3/16. Here's 4/16, but again, I can't say 4/16 because there's an easier way to say it. 4/16 is, Frankie, 1/4 of an inch. See, way to prove my U.S. customary system being hard thing. Which is the same as a half. 1/2 inch is the same as 8/16 of an inch. But we can't say 8/16, we have to say half. You're just proving it. You don't have to worry. You don't really have to. That doesn't make sense. We'll go over all that later, but I just want to show you why the American system is so wicked. You should blow it up and say it. Oops. If you blow up the inch, and here was the deal with that, we just talked about it. Like I said, it's okay. Here's 1/16. I can say that. That's fine. But I can't say 2/16. That's a no-no. But that is because it's the same as 1/8 of an inch. I can say 3/16 because there's no way to say that any simpler. I can't say 4/16, which is 4/16, because there's an easier way to say that. That's 1/4 of an inch. Same thing, if I go all the way over to here, or right here, how many 16ths is that? Well, 1, 2, by the way, always count spaces, people, don't count hash marks. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 space, 6 space, 7 space, 8 space, 9 space, 10 space, 11 space. This is 12/16. But I can't say 12/16. I have to say what? 12/16 actually, Trevor?
3/4.
Yeah, I have to say 3/4. You are just proving to me why we should not use this system, because it's just plain goofy. Just plain goofy. Now, let's talk metric system, yay.
Yay!
Watch how easy this is. For the metric system, you are just going to be using centimeters and millimeters. Okay, so here's my line. Let's say my line stops right there. Okay. First of all, it's all based on tens. So if I asked you how many millimeters that was, question mark millimeters, well, rather than counting every one of these little spaces, you know this is 10 to here. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40. How many more spaces after the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 44 millimeters. That's pretty simple, and I can say that, blah, blah, blah. The one thing you do have to know is to change from millimeters to centimeters. Watch how easy this is. How many centimeters is 44 millimeters? Nathan?
4.4.
Right. All you have to do is take the decimal point and put it between, just after, to the left of that first number. It's 4 whole centimeters and 0.4 of the next. By the way, listen to me carefully, you can never use fractions with the metric system. It's a no-no. Even though that is 4/10, written as 4/10, you have to write it as a decimal. What if I extend my line and I make it right there? If I asked you how many centimeters that is, by the way, you're not rounding, you use decimal points. Don't tell me it's just 6, because it's not just 6 centimeters. Max, it's,
61.
no, that's how many millimeters. I said
Oh,
centimeters.
6.1.
6.1 centimeters, and then like Max said, it is 61 millimeters, and it's just that easy. There's nothing complicated about it, yet we seem to make it all sorts of difficult. That's enough of that. I'm going to stop there. We get more into it a little bit later, but right now that'll get you